Cronkite News starts now.
Welcome to this Tuesday edition of Cronkite News. I'm Stephanie Rodriguez.
And I'm Sean Rice. Thank you for joining us.
Right now, the chairwoman of the Arizona Republican Party is encouraging people who are planning to protest stay-at-home orders to dress like healthcare workers.
Dr. Kelly Ward, a former state senator and primary care physician, tweeted on Friday that people participating in protests to end the government-imposed closures of regular businesses should wear scrubs and masks. She also tweeted, quote, "The media doesn't care if you're really in healthcare or not. It's the message that matters." Ward's comments come a few days after she questioned the authenticity of a small group of healthcare workers in Colorado who counter-protested against people calling for the state to reopen. So we spoke with an Arizona ethics professor to discuss the tweeted proposal.
I think from a public affairs and an ethics perspective, I think that the public in general, right, and the electorate expect that their leaders set an example for what best practice should be for communities. We expect that doctors and medical professionals advocate for and provide examples for how the rest of us should be living. And I think we expect that of our political officials as well. So Kelly Ward sort of making these statements goes against best medical practice. It goes against the federal guidelines and the state guidelines for the shutdown right now. And it's sort of promoting bad behavior among the citizenry from a position of leadership, which is just really dangerous in the sense of it violates sort of our ethics and our institutions and what we expect from medical and political professionals.
CNN spoke with ICU nurse Lauren Leander, who stood in scrubs and silently counter-protested at the state capitol, where people gathered to urge Governor Doug Ducey to reopen Arizona. Leander, a Banner Health nurse of 5 years, said if given the opportunity, she would walk Ward through the ICU at her hospital to the bedside of some of her coronavirus patients to see firsthand the impacts of the virus. We reached out to Ward for comment, but did not get a response as of this newscast.
So we want to hear from you now. What do you think about Dr. Kelly Ward's comments urging protesters to wear scrubs and suggesting healthcare workers counter-protesting were actors? Alyssa says she should step down. Not everything is a political game. This time in U.S. history is no joke. Party leaders all over the land should stop playing politics and look at what's best for the people. But Michael disagrees, saying she is absolutely right. Everything about leftists are fake, all lies. And Mary wrote, this is why she was chosen to head the party in AZ. It's not too late to join the heated debate. Just head on over to our Cronkite News Facebook and Twitter pages to weigh in and vote in our live interactive poll.
Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego says she wants to give input on whether to extend or alter the state's stay-at-home order put in place by Governor Doug Ducey. Gallego told KTAR she has asked the governor's office to be involved in the decision-making process and prefers Ducey follows federal guidelines on when to reopen the state. Ducey is expected to make a decision on whether to end or extend the current stay-at-home order before its expiration date on Thursday.
Governor Ducey also announced a testing blitz to begin on May 2nd. The Arizona Department of Health Services will partner with healthcare providers to increase the state's testing numbers. Gallego told KTAR she has asked the governor's office to be involved in the decision-making process and prefers Ducey follows federal guidelines on when to reopen the state. Ducey is expected to make a decision on whether to end or extend the current stay-at-home order before its expiration date on Thursday.
Yesterday, President Trump called for ramped-up testing across the country as the U.S. rapidly approaches 1 million coronavirus cases, according to Johns Hopkins University. Right now, the U.S. is trailing other nations in per capita testing rates. This comes as several states have already begun phased reopenings, and others are set to follow suit. But as Reed Bennett reports, many health officials say there isn't enough testing for states to reopen safely.
Today, we're releasing additional guidance on testing to inform the states.
President Trump laying out his administration's blueprint for states to handle increased coronavirus testing, which experts say is critical for states to safely reopen. Trump telling states they'll have to pull their own weight in terms of testing.
States should unlock their full capacity, expand the number of testing platforms, establish monitoring systems to detect local outbreaks, and conduct contact tracing.
As far as the tests themselves, the White House says the federal government is to act as the, quote, supplier of last resort. According to a White House official, the goal is for states to test a minimum of 2% of residents, with a priority on vulnerable groups and emergency workers. Antibody testing, another tool to help track the virus, was also mentioned as part of the new plan at Monday's briefing.
Really ensuring that the antibody tests that are utilized and recommended by both FDA and CDC have high quality in predicting both exposure to the virus and antibody development.
Those comments from White House Coronavirus Response Coordinator Dr. Deborah Birx coming as the World Health Organization cautions that having coronavirus antibodies doesn't necessarily equal having immunity. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
As a part of his push to restart the economy, President Trump is also urging the nation's governors to seriously consider reopening schools. But this late in the school year, it's unlikely many students will return to classrooms in the immediate future. According to a CNN tally of school closures, 43 states, as well as Washington, D.C., have ordered recommended schools don't reopen this academic year. And when students do return, administrators will be tasked with keeping kids and their families safe, with options including everyone wearing masks, staggering start times, and canceling assemblies and sports.
It feels a lot like summer outside, with triple-digit temps continuing to climb.
Miller Thomas is standing by now with a look at the excessive heat warning in effect right now through Thursday. Millard?
Yes, Sean and Stephanie, you're going to feel that sweltering heat as soon as you step outside your doors today. And you're even going to feel it on your drive home today because temperatures are sitting about 99 degrees. So guys, start to drive home from work, and then those temperatures are going to cool just a little bit to 94 degrees around 8 o'clock. And then I got my Tabasco tie on today because it's Taco Tuesday. So if you guys want to get some tacos, some takeout, it's going to be a beautiful night for that. You guys go even on a social distancing walk after. His temperatures are going to be about 90 degrees around 9 o'clock. So we're still going to have a pretty warm night here in Phoenix. And if we take a look for the temperatures for tomorrow, when you guys wake up around 8 a.m., temperature is going to be about 80 degrees, and those temperatures are going to climb all the way to 93 around 11, and spike to a high of 103 around the 3 o'clock hour. So we're definitely going to have some high temperatures tomorrow. There's actually an excessive heat warning in effect until Thursday, because if you look at the UV index, it's a 10 right now, which is very high. So that basically means on unprotected skin, you can get a sunburn in as quickly as 15 minutes. So make sure if you guys are trying to go on a social distancing walk, you guys are getting covered up. You're not doing too much physical activity. You're staying hydrated, and you're staying in as much shade as possible. Now let's look at those temperatures for across the rest of the country. If you look in the southwest, you're going to see a lot of red because that's where all the heat is coming from. 105 in Phoenix, 101 in Vegas, even 86 out in El Paso. And if you look out east, 82 in Raleigh, 88 in Orlando. New York is only going to be at 52 degrees tomorrow. Now, how about your next 8 days? We're going to have 105 on Wednesday. We'll get some cloud coverage, which will be nice on Thursday, but still 105 again. Then 104 on Thursday. Then we'll get a little reprieve over the weekend, 99 on Saturday. But then back to the triple digits, 100 on Sunday. Then with the new week on Monday, we're back to the upper 90s, 98 on Monday and Tuesday with 99 on Wednesday. And then we'll be in the upper 60s and lower 70s for the lows for the whole week. Miller Thomas, not from the Cronkite Weather Center, but from my very own living room.
More than 75% of Arizona residents believe the state should have more vocational training options. That's according to a 2019 poll conducted by the Morrison Institute at Arizona State University. One state agency is looking to bring trade work to more citizens here at home and change the way construction sites look and run. Cronkite News reporter Danielle Malkin headed back to class in March to attend the Construction Academy.
Going forward, everything you're doing that has to do with your license is being tracked. Rain 3 days.
This isn't Natasha Reeder's first day of school. She received her bachelor's degree less than a decade ago, but the Iowa native is learning a new trade.
Other CDL rules.
At the Arizona Department of Transportation's Construction Academy.
I wish I would have had a specialized degree and then went and got my 4-year degree.
Since opening doors in 2014, 35% of Construction Academy graduates have been women. Across the nation, they make up 10% of construction jobs. This year, ADOT is zeroing in on bringing diversity to job sites, with a course exclusively for women.
Any traffic violation.
Patricia McKinley says women in her classroom are often looking to learn from someone like them.
You can do anything you want to do by seeing someone who moved like you or someone who have the same aspirations of being from here to there. If you can bake a cake, you can drive a truck.
It's during week 2 of Construction Academy that students will take their knowledge into the field. They'll work on dump trucks just like this one from the Arizona Department of Transportation and do safety checks for brakes, headlights, and measuring tire treads to guarantee safety on the road. When students head outside,
What else are we checking for next on the list?
they're up close and personal with ADOT equipment, and after receiving certifications and commercial driver's licenses, they're ready to hit the road.
It is a really great career opportunity. Starting salaries are between $14 and $24 an hour, so you can make some good money and then have a very long career as well.
While Reader says she appreciates her college education, she feels there's a sense of financial security in the trades.
For you to get on-the-job training and to get paid for it, like a paid internship, that's rare. And then to within months or a year or two, depending on the trade that you pick, that you're going to be making a very good living wage, that makes more sense, so you can move on with your life.
And the construction industry will need these new graduates. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, jobs in the construction industry will grow 11% by 2028.
There's room for opportunity, room for growth, if you will, from different aspects of construction as a whole. Construction is not just digging a shovel or using a broom. You have so many avenues you can pursue by being in the construction industry.
It's students like Reader who are changing the face of the industry and shining a light on all tricks of the trade.
Women, we can do just what men can do. And I think each gender adds something different to every type of industry. And even with some of our instructors, they're like the best project managers. They'll be honest with us, they're women.
In Phoenix, Danielle Malkin, Cronkite News.
All 10 students successfully completed ADOT's first Women's Construction Academy. Courses last 5 days a week, 8 hours a day for 2 weeks. Best of all, Construction Academy is free.
Finally tonight, the Pentagon has officially released 3 videos of what they call an unidentified aerial phenomena.
The videos captured by Navy fighter pilots were previously leaked by a private company and published by the New York Times.
The videos show what appears to be an unidentified flying object rapidly moving while recorded by infrared cameras. Take a look.
Look at that thing, dude. That's not our LNS though, is it? It's not. That is an LNS, dude. Well, if there's like, look at that thing. It's
2 of the videos contain service members reacting in awe to how quickly the objects are moving. One voice speculates that it could be a drone.
Pentagon officials say they released the videos to clear up any misconceptions by the public on whether or not the footage that had been circulating was real, or whether or not there is more to the videos. That's it for Cronkite News. From our homes to yours, thanks for watching.
For Arizona news updates throughout the day, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and find us online at cronkitenews.azpbs.org.